Hey everyone, Pine Grove News Live. Blessings everyone. It is 6:01 p.m. here on the East Coast. Yep. Evening is coming. Sun's going down. Nobody's answered me yet. When do we turn the clocks back? This coming weekend? Are we going to do it at all? I don't know. Didn't bother checking into it. So it's October 24th already, 2018, and we're going to go through the weather. It is going to be, what is it going to be? Fall or spring? Let's see, summer to winter. Yeah, you'll understand when I get to some of this crazy, whacked out weather. Wonder why. Anyway, so let's get started with that. With the weather. Stay tuned towards the end because I got a little, and I don't, like I said, I don't normally do the financials. I don't like the political arena. Just like to do, the headline news for you. But at the end, I've got a special contributor who gave me some news about the economy and stock market and a letter that I'm going to read. Stay tuned for that. And quite a few other things in here today. Things we need to look into and be aware of, especially, the pestilences that are just, taking hold of everywhere. They're just no sign of that letting up. You'll learn about that too. A lot of people worried. I'm not worried. I know where it's all going to. I know what's coming down. I know, the end of all things because the Bible tells me so. Yeah. So let's get right to it. This is from Strange Sounds. An absolute disaster in the works right now. Typhoon U2. Go figure, huh? Not YouTube. No, not YouTube. U2. YUTU. It's now the strongest super typhoon, category 5, since Karen in 1962. I was 3 years old and just miles from making landfall on the northern Mariana Islands. I believe it's already done that, but this was out this morning. Now the strongest typhoon. An absolute disaster in the works right now. Wind gusts above 200 miles per hour are likely. Play that for you, but that's, I don't know, you want to see it? Just look up typhoon on a radar map. Wow. So it's bearing down on the Mariana Islands. I believe it already hit, but we're going to go check out AccuWeather right here. So from AccuWeather, the most powerful tropical cyclone on Earth in 2018 strikes the northern Mariana Islands. This is pretty weird. I'm going to play this from the beginning. It's just a lightning strike, but you stand there and try and take a picture after lightning strikes, and then you get the little, percussion or concussion, whatever you want to call that. Here we go. Yeah, really, that's nothing. So he runs backs off a little bit, runs into the house. We've had those only once this year. I mean, my wife, she enjoys thunderstorms. I enjoy them too, I don't know why, but I just enjoy them. But, there was one day, I believe I was on the phone with somebody. I don't even know if I was live or not, but yeah, we had a lightning strike right outside in the backyard. Huge percussion. Had to have heard that on the phone. But anyway, back to this super typhoon U2. Okay, so it made landfall across Tinian and Saipan on Wednesday, today, dealing a catastrophic blow of damaging winds and torrential rainfall to both islands. So it quickly strengthened from a tropical depression on Sunday into a super typhoon on Wednesday, as it became the strongest tropical cyclone so far this year. And so this is the update. It has struck the islands. Look at that. The eye went right over the island. You can see that. Wow, that eye is as big as one of those islands. That's impressive. So a direct strike with winds over 150 miles per hour on Saipan and Tinian likely caused excessive damage to structures, down trees, and caused power outages. I mean, I haven't got any news on that yet. Okay, I'm just realizing a couple things that happened in the weather since I checked it this morning. So, Cyclone U2. Now it's going to be making its way towards Taiwan. Biggest on record in 2018, and according to this report, biggest ever. And so everything is increasing in intensity, in frequency. I mean, birth pains. Just remember that it's birth pains. Remember the birth pains, because we are in the last days. And the Bible says that we will experience these birth pains. Like a woman in travail, the Bible says. Okay, so that's one of the things how you will know that you are in the end times. So come on, people. I mean, 5.0, or I don't know if it was a 5. Maybe it was a 5.7. I'm not sure which one. In Texas, remember that a couple days ago? 2 days ago? Has anybody ever, I mean, it's very rare to have a earthquake in Texas. Talk about diverse places. I mean, that's one of the other ones in Matthew 24. Earthquakes in diverse places just means in places that don't normally have them. Many places. That's going on. So, and here, this is the Atlantic, okay, obviously. So, do you notice something on that map? I'm looking at the map, okay, of the Atlantic hurricane chart. There's no hurricane in Mexico. It's all gone. As a matter of fact, when I left this morning, I believe it was a Cat 3 right on the coast of Mexico. When I started collecting the news, and it is now, and it's now up here past Texas. Already rained on Texas, coming up towards us supposedly for the weekend. We're going to talk about that in a minute too. So, what the heck happened to this hurricane? I have never seen a hurricane, especially with that strength, 3. I mean, we've seen it, last week or a week and a half ago with that one over there in Florida. That went from a 4, and then turned into a tropical storm. I mean, this is not even a tropical storm. There's nothing left there. It's moved off, and it's already in the mid-states. Then they got stuff happening in the, a lot of big mess in the mid-Atlantic. So that, apparently, and this remnants of Willa, they're calling for a nor'easter here over the weekend. Trying to figure out where the heck that went to. Let's go gas maps. World Watchman, from Northern California. Okay. Keeps telling me, are you ready for the nor'easter that's coming? He said this 2 days ago. Okay, he said this 2 days ago when Willa was still probably a Cat 4 and then downgraded to a Cat 3. And now all of a sudden, we're going to have a nor'easter. I mean, how does he know 2 days beforehand? Because people were predicting it. So I don't know if it's that predictive programming or something they've already, worked out that it's. How can anybody predict a nor'easter from a hurricane that's in the Pacific, Southern Pacific, to hit, New England 3 or 4 days later? I don't know. I know there's computer, all that computer data and graphics and information and all the highs, lows, and pressures and millibars and whatever. That's sound. But anyway, I mean, really, and it just rings to mind. After I was walking through the parking lot on my way to go punch out, and there was this cardboard box sitting next to a car, and it said, snow today. It actually said snow today, and I was saying, what a weird thing to have sitting next to your car. An open box, a broke down box with the sign on it says snow today. It said no snow today. Anyway, snow today. Really? We cannot afford to have snow right now. The leaves are still 85 to 90% on the trees. This is going to be very bad. This turns into a nor'easter because they're talking about, I've seen the chart. I can't find it right now. There is a chart claiming a nor'easter for us for the Friday and Saturday into the weekend. Mixture of, it's going to be mostly rain, but north of us in Springfield and on up, it's going to be a mixture, Maybe it could be a slushy mixture or an ice and snow or rain mixture. So, yeah. So I'm just worried about this October thing. We get every year now with all these things that have changed, it just gets closer and closer to the seasons are just way off, and the trees and Mother Nature doesn't know it yet. The trees, they just don't have the time to go through their normal routine. Anyway. So let's move on from the weather. What we can get into here. 7th, this is from Eyewitness News 7, ABC 7, out in New York. 7th child dies. 11 sick in viral outbreak at New Jersey Rehabilitation Center. I believe that's an update because there were 6 and 12 sick, and I guess another child died that made it 7. So this is the update. Trying to find the original one. But in any case, Haskell, New Jersey. 7th child has died from a viral outbreak at a rehabilitation center in New Jersey. Health officials confirmed Wednesday, and 11 others remain ill. But the State Department of Health confirmed 18 cases of adenovirus at the Wanacue Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation, Haskell, Passaic County, with 6 previous fatalities. Now, I don't know what this is, but maybe somebody else knows. So I'm just bringing it out there because there's a bunch of these things coming out there. And another one I'm going to show you about new polio disease, new strain or something, because it's not supposed to be here. We eradicated it, okay? And when the illegals started coming over the border of the South, when they, remember they got on planes during Obama's administration, they got on planes. They had ads in the paper. Come take an immigrant. You get paid, I think it was $1,000 per person per month to house an illegal immigrant. And then you had the sanctuary cities. Massachusetts is one of them. I used to see cargo planes flying over my house because you got the international airport just 7 miles away from us. And then you got north of us, the Westover Air Force Base, and big cargo planes, almost every weekend. Yeah, no shows up there. But so, anyways, the CDC, the investigation is ongoing. There's a lot of these illnesses. They're scientists are just baffled by a few of them, and the fact that antibiotics are almost useless against some of these things that are coming out, these different strains. But this particular virus, I guess, with the young ones, is basically among the medically fragile children, they're saying. Immune systems or something like that has to do with it. But, still 7 children in one place dead because of this virus. We hear about them all the time. I could post, I could do one news one night, just post pestilences. I mean, we start in Africa and probably go an hour and a half. There's all kinds of stuff there. And every once in a while, somebody will get on a plane and bring that over here, just like they did that, the Black Plague, the Ebola. Remember that last year? 3 doctors. 3, how they put it, new doses, trial doses, cures. There was only 3 of them, and 3 of them got it, and 3 of them survived it. People who were over there in Africa, they weren't surviving it. I don't remember anything being whipped up for them over there. No. Bill Gates decided to make a patent, file a patent for the disease and the cure. You're going to have to pay him money for it. Yeah, it's either life or pay me. Death or pay me for life. That's about what he's saying. Yeah, 5.7 earthquake shakes up Taiwan. And now they got a massive typhoon heading towards them. Ring of Fire on alert. It's been jumping around like crazy. Now this is all north. Taiwan, is on obviously the West Pacific, or the, however you do that. But anyway, Taiwan. Remember the ones on Vancouver 2 days ago? The 3 6-pointers, 6.8, 6.5, I believe. What's up with that, right? Remember, they got that subduction zone up there that's still waiting to snap back over there next to, off the coast of Oregon and Washington. Now, I don't know if they're called the Spratly Islands. They're called something. I think begins with an S. I'm not sure. Either that or I'm confusing it with the Spratly Islands in the red or the yellow China Sea, with all the military stuff. But anyway. So, yeah. I don't know. I was sent that one special, 5.7 in Taiwan. And also, from Strange Sounds, bad news. Isn't it? We don't get too much good news here, unless I specifically spend much time to go look for it. A new active fault lines discovered on Mount Hood could potentially trigger a 7.2 magnitude earthquake, and it devastated everything as far as Portland. Mount Hood. So Mount Hood is a potentially active stratovolcano in the Cascada. That's what they call the Cascade Island, or Cascadia. Is that it? I don't know. A while ago. Been waiting for that to go off ever since Fox News came out. Mainstream media, you never hear from them. Come out one, what was it, a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, on national TV. Yeah, it could go any minute now. But anyway, Cascada Volcanic Arch of Northern Oregon. Researchers have discovered active fault lines on Mount Hood that could potentially trigger 7.2 magnitude, devastating communities and infrastructure as far west as Portland. Fault networks are located to the north, south, and southwest of Mount Hood and extend to the Columbia River. There's a map. There's a little video. So many things we need to keep an eye on. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. Really. You're not going to stop Mount Hood from erupting if it's meant to erupt. You're not going to stop that earthquakes. You know, the one north of the California, San Andreas, right? You're not going to be able to stop those things. You're not going to be able to stop any of it. So just know that they're there. Know that the times that you're in, that's all. Know that the times you're in. So, you know. So you must have heard about this. This is a big thing out there right now. And there's a lot of articles out there. And this one is from Now the End Begins. So they're talking about, you know, who was behind the explosive devices that have been delivered to George Soros, Barack Obama, and Hillary Clinton over the past 24 hours. Yeah, pipe bombs. So anyways, the law enforcement official told the New York Times that the explosive device sent to the Clintons' home in Chappaquiddick, New York, was found by a technician who screens mail for the former president and his family. Secret Service said in a statement that the packages addressed to Obama was intercepted by agency personnel in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday morning, this morning. U.S. Secret Service, potential explosives. I mean, and I just want to mention, before I go on, because there's more news on this, just want to mention that I got, you know, part of my normal phone call from World Watchman. He had warned me, or said to me, that he is no longer going to, you know, talk about these headlines, about these bombs, because he thinks that it's fake news. And certainly if it's coming from the New York Times, it may certainly be that. You know, you got the midterms coming up, and people, you know, talking about this red wave coming, the, you know, Republicans taking over the House and Senate and so on and so forth. And so, you know, it could be a Democratic ploy, you know, to put out this fake news, or to actually, you know, use this bomb thing as some crazy Republican going out there and trying to get rid of the Democrats. I mean, you know what goes on. I mean, this is the stuff they're resorting to now. Instead of name calling and the other ads that are on TV, they're actually resorting to this stuff. You know, I'm sure it's not the last of it. But anyways, I mean, so it talks about this in these articles, and it's just ridiculous. This is why I hate politics. Because they really go all out to, you know, the Lord said, you know, that you're not to bear false witness against anyone. You know, I know that we're not bound by the Ten Commandments, but I'm certainly going to follow them. You know, because the Lord, you know, they were His commandments. We're not bound by them only because Jesus came here and died for our sins. That's why we're not bound for them. Doesn't mean that we don't follow them. As a matter of fact, you know, on the contrary, we do follow them. Jesus actually gave us 2 other ones. We'll talk about that another time. Just wonder if anybody knows what those 10 commandments are. I know a lot of people know what the 2 that Jesus gave us were. Do you know the 10 commandments? We may be talking about that over the weekend. Maybe sooner. So other ones that were exposed are on this list. That is in the next article, I believe. Let's see. This one, or that article, from the new NWO report, ISIS flag on a mail bomb sent to CNN. So CNN was another one that these bombs were sent to. Daily Beast journalist points out a clue hiding in plain sight. The ISIS flag. And so another reason why World Watchman claims that, yeah, I think it's all made up, whatever. But, people, we've always stated that you need to discern for yourself what these things, true or false, you know, be. I mean, I try to use my discernment, but I will surely miss some. Surely will. There's a lot of it out there. So, anyways, there you go. There's the ISIS flag on this pipe bomb. And I don't know, there's some other clues. One of the clues World Watch told me about was this. You know, that, well, according to him, he could not see that these stamps, because normally they, what do you call it? They ink them, somehow or another, press it with a label or something to cancel out the stamp so they can't be used again. You know how that goes? So apparently there is none there, but you really can't tell. It could still be on there. I can't tell. So there's the pipe bomb. There's the package it came in. Okay, this is the flag. But in any case, here's another one. This is just a list. And this picture was used before. This video picture, Maxine Waters, telling them to go out there and create chaos for the Republicans. Suspicious package also sent to her. Remember that? Remember that $170,000, income. Okay, and it's way too much for a politician. These things need to be changed. The amount of time that these people are in office, no more lifetime offices. No way. I mean, look what these people turn into. Her and the minority speaker of the House, and there's a couple other ones. But here's another partial list: George Soros, Eric Holder, but he turned to Debbie Wasserman Schultz's office, Andrew Cumio, Maxine Waters. Okay, so whatever point they're trying to make or not make, what's out there. And so, what else is out there? Krakatoa. Krakatoa volcanic lightnings light up the sky like a living nightmare. I think it's freaking awesome. Just shows you just like the ocean. Every time I go to the ocean, and I love going there, walking on the beach, and the way that the ocean, just makes you feel so small. I mean, when you're looking out over there, over the ocean horizon, from your left to your right, and all you see is ocean, and even more so when you're on it. It's kind of scary when you're on it, but I love going on it. It just makes you sit there and just, stare in awe. Look at the power of this volcano. This is at night. Lightning flashes above, erupting volcanoes. So now scientists are closer to understanding volcanic lightning, blah, 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 which stems from both ash and ice. Although some amazing and recent pictures of the strange phenomena caught during the latest eruptions of Krakatoa in Indonesia. So, awesome picture, is it not? Just stuff. I'd like to see a picture of it live. Some of these places, these volcanoes, they actually have live cams. I remember seeing one. I forget which volcano it was, but look at that, huh? Awesome. You see the lightning inside there. It's just, yeah, I'm in awe. Another one. It's just quite a few. Wish they had a video of it. have a video down here. Yes. Yeah. Okay, well, let's try it. Let's try it. Why do they have to put that stupid printer thing there? You know. They have all this area over there to the top right, and they put it right on top of where the volcano. Look at that explosion. Now that's what I'm talking about. They have live video. Creates its own lightning. I don't know. I mean, it looks like people are still living in that neighborhood, whatever it is, city below this mountain. What are they, crazy? I would be gone. I mean, really? Any people have any more sense these days? Doesn't appear to be so. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Here's another one. This is, kind of irritating. These are the things that come out there, though. The evil that's in this world just keeps, poking its head up and staying longer and longer. So this outrage has an Australian TV commercial mocks Jesus dying on the cross in a blasphemous dying to live organ donor ad campaign. Yeah. TV commercial. Okay. So the clip aired in Australia shows an actor playing Jesus, the Son of God, moments before his crucifixion. 2 Roman guards approach him and ask him if he's considered donating his organs before he dies. The pair informed Jesus that registering as an organ donor could help save the lives of up to 7 people. Before suggesting he signs up immediately before he's killed, and when Jesus shows interest in their proposal, one of the guards sticks a phone on a spear and passes it up to him on the cross. It's just it just shows you that, oh man, crazy people. I mean, well, I'm just thinking of the cross, and thinking of Stephen too, the first apostle that was killed. Forgive them, Lord, for they don't know what they do. Maybe they don't. God said he was going to give some people, that delusion. He knows them already. Those tares that grow up with the wheat. They're going to grow up right with the wheat. Christians and the wolves, whatever, the wolves in sheep's clothing, whatever, they will grow up right along with the Christians. Yeah, blasphemy? Well, I don't know what it's called. All I know is that it's a sign of the times, people. This is a sign of the time. Do you think that they would not have had something like this in Sodom and Gomorrah? I'm sure they did. I've read about Sodom and Gomorrah and a few cases in there, either in Jasher or in Enoch, and things that went on in there. What they did to people, strangers coming into the city. They had beds in the streets. Captured, whoever they could find coming into the city, tying them in those beds in the middle of the street and starving them, and no water, no food. Till they died. And that was it. Just I don't even know what the heck reason they had, except that they were just downright evil. Thank you, Lord, for doing what you had to do there. But that's just what we have to deal with. It's most certainly going to get worse. So I should have put this together. But this is from the Big Wobble. Doctors in the U.S. are bracing themselves for a surge of a deadly polio-like disease, acute flaccid myelitis, which has experts baffled. I believe you're looking at the spine, okay? Like all the spinal sponges there, and the spinal cord just shrunk or expanded. In any case, yeah, that's the spinal cord, because I remember I had back surgery. So, doctors in the U.S. are bracing themselves for a surge of a polio-like disease, which has experts. Doctors are bracing for an upsurge this fall. Not only that, we got this, swine flu. We got all these things that are coming out. Everyone, commercials are coming on TV. It's the season. It is the season. We're going to have a talk about that too. We're still going to talk about Halloween. I hope I don't forget about it, because we're going to talk about it. I got to do some research as soon as I can find the time. But I am so involved in Jubilees right now, and switching back and forth to Enoch and King James with the Apocrypha to verify some of the stuff. And something called Shiloh. I don't remember where I got it from, but I'm in between reading this called Shiloh and Jubilees, the Book of Jubilees. While I'm at work, I watch and read Jubilees when I get a break, and when I get home, because at the moment, so I listen to an ebook called the Shiloh. I don't know, maybe somebody else knows more about it than I do. I just found it interesting, started reading it. Well, those are two things I'm in between, then of course I got to work and, do my stuff at home and do these videos. It's not just about talking. I do have to produce them. I do have to edit some of them and some bits of it from time to time, and go put them out there, posted. Sometimes it just doesn't seem like it's worth it, but it's the job. It's the job. I do it for the Lord. I don't do it for any other reason, but I was at one time called as a watchman. I still think that I am. But we're going to refine it. There's going to be changes. Anyway, this is just one of the many baffling, scientists. One year they said that you could not eat eggs, or you couldn't eat bacon, or you can only have 2 eggs per week, and now you can have like 4 eggs per week. They change their mind every couple of years about everything. I think they just, love to play with things that they really probably shouldn't be playing with. And so I don't know what to tell you about the scientists. This is more crazy stuff. Fukushima. We haven't heard about Fukushima in a while, right? This is from Natural Blaze, and posted yesterday. Japan plans to dump 1 million tons of radioactive Fukushima water into the ocean. They've been doing it all along. This is just another headline for it. They're the ones that you listen to. We had videos. We've done videos on the Somalian pirates, Horn of Africa pirates, and how they even became to be pirates. And it was all because of this Fukushima waste that Japan was dumping off their shores. Yeah, and disturbing the fishing industry there. But in any case, long story. There was a video out a long time ago. Thanks to YouTube, it is now gone. But in any case, so yeah. The West Pacific. It doesn't already have its problems because of this Fukushima thing. we talked about it just briefly in a video just one or two ago, and talking about Fukushima being a extinction level event. That's what scientists are calling it. I think it's responsible for the death of the marine life, majority of them, and their, what radiation does to offspring. It just makes weird creatures, just messes with the DNA. And, ever since then, we've been getting, now Florida's got this red tide. Used to be just in the Gulf of Mexico. The oil spill there that has been going on for 14 years. Add that to the dead zone that's already out there off of the coast of Texas and another state to the right. Big, huge dead zone. All this stuff is, like World Watchmen call it, the oceans are just one big bathtub. They really are connected in one way or another. They will eventually, this radiation will spread to the entire waterways. The Bible talks about 2/3 of the oceans dying. Now, the Pacific is 2/3 of the world's ocean. Some people claim that it's already dead. Wormwood is explained in Revelations. Okay? That eventually it will get into the rivers and streams. But I believe that that's another event. I believe that one event that, like a fire or something, was tossed into the ocean, I believe that that was Fukushima. I believe that that was the nuclear plants when they blew up, right next to the ocean and poisoned the ocean there and continued to poison the rest of it. I believe that that was one of the first ones in Revelation to where, it made the waters bitter like wormwood and killed most of the population in that water. And it talks about the fishermen too. I mean, the boats, destroyed some of the boats, but they can't fish anymore in a lot of these places. The water's just dead. Many fishermen have come back with stories that, they've been out there and it just looks dead. You can feel it when you're out there. But in any case, just another birth pain, another, prophecy being fulfilled. And that's what I believe. I'll keep saying I'm going to do this, going to do that, and then I go and all this energy to go and do all that, and I don't get anything done. I haven't finished a lot of things, so, you're all going to have to keep after me. That's the only way I'm going to get a lot of this stuff done, if you remind me that I made this promise or that promise. But remember, don't make promises. I don't know why I keep doing it, but the Lord says don't make promises. That's what he said. Especially when you can't keep them. So such wisdom, don't you think? Yeah, our God has all the wisdom. He has everything. And he don't need us, but he enjoys us. He loves us. He created. Just keep going on about that. He created us. I don't know. I just can't wait to go home. That's all I can say. Yeah, I heard about this one too. This is also from Now the End Begins. Well, putting it out there for us anyway. Liberals outraged. Of course they are. The LGBT rights, right, are human rights. Yes, they have human rights. But why they're outraged is because Trump administration plans to scientifically define gender, okay, according to biological condition present at birth. Go figure, huh? I think we already did that. But the 6% from wherever, the LGBT, conundrum, whatever, has managed to change that from the other 94%. That's how easily we can be swayed, most of us, right? So anyway, the department argued in its memo that key government agencies needed to adopt an explicit and uniform definition of gender as determined on a biological basis that is clear, grounded in science, objective, and administrable. So the agency's proposed definition would define sex as either male or female. And I'm sorry, folks. You know, if you're offended, then you're probably listening to the wrong news anyway. Okay, because that's basically what it is. When you're born, you're not born halfway. You're not born half without. You're either born male or you're born female. The rest is how you're raised and your environment and so on and so forth. That's what makes you think that you're something else. Okay? I've seen a lot of parents do that to these children. You know, my son, he won't listen to this anyway, but, you know, when he was, I don't know, what was it, 6, 7 years old? Yeah, I mean, he had an older sister and a younger sister. And of course, you know, my wife. So there was 3 girls in the house. And so he, you know, tried on high heels and carried around a pocketbook for a couple days here and there. Yeah, that's it. You know, I was really angry with my wife when she went and bought him a My Buddy doll. Yeah, you ever remember that? You remember the My Buddy doll? My buddy loves me. My buddy. Yeah, she went out and bought him, you know, pretty big, ugly-looking doll so he could carry around. That's where I drew the line. Okay? And other parents, people, whoever are involved in these children's lives, go beyond that and way beyond it and try and change that child to something that they're not. It's just crazy. Yeah, so obviously he grew, you know, it was temporary. It's just, you know, they're experimental stages, you know, whatever. Or just trying it on because, you know, his sisters were doing it. Whatever. You know, you got some people who's going to turn that and say, yeah, okay, yeah. So he wants to be a female this day. So we're going to make him female and he can go into the women's bathrooms, you know, when he gets older because he did this when he was younger. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, my Lord. Thank you, Lord. So anyways, male or female, that's it. Innie or outie. Some people have said, but in any case. So that's going on. I mean, Trump, I don't know, guys. He seems to be getting his hands into everything, and I hope so. You know, I guess he doesn't like asking for forgiveness either. Heard in some interview the other day. Yeah, he doesn't think that he does too much stuff that he needs to ask for forgiveness. But you know what? I'll give him that. You know, maybe he'll learn. We'll see how it goes. But sorry, yeah, you're either male or female. But all those who like this sea salt, you know, claim that over the regular salt. Microplastics in the salt, found in 90% of the table salt. Adults ingest 2,000 microplastics each year. This is your oceans. Now, I don't know how they get so flooded with these plastics. You know, like I remember the 6-packs come out and they used to have the plastics that held them together. And how does that all get into the ocean? I thought they went to the garbage. I thought they went to the landfills. Which still is going to take, 50 plus years to biodegrade a piece of plastic. It was all done for convenience, not for planet Earth. Remember that. Easy, cheap to make. Okay, it's all about the dollar. Everything is about the dollar. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, there's an article there. Okay, research done on that if you want to go check it out. So they're saying that all leaches out into the ocean. So, filled with garbage. I know some places are. You're going to get a lot of the places that have these, what do you call it, luxury liners, Carnival cruises, stuff like that. I believe that they probably dump their garbage in the ocean. Yeah, I've heard some things about those places. I'll never go on another cruise ever in my life after hearing all the stories. I don't know, food sickness and other things that mysteriously come on these cruises. I don't know, man. I'm just going to keep my distance from that one. That's for sure. So I'll just scroll up a little bit. You can stop and read it if you want instead of going to the link. But that's about it right there. I got this. What's this video? Oh, this is the one that, okay, this is the economic. This is the last one, okay, about the economy. And I got this other letter that I'm going to read right now that's on Skype, so I can't show it to you because I have all my other contacts there that you'll be able to see, and I don't think my brothers and sisters will appreciate that. I don't blame them. So I'm going to read the letter that I got on my PC. And, let's see if I can read that far away. Yes, so the stock market today, October 24, 2018. The Dow Jones ended at 24.583.42, down 608.01. The S&P 500 was down 84.59. And the NASDAQ was down 329.14. And so, the letter goes on to say that I believe that this might be it, folks. Rate hikes, which I can't believe that they're instituted, man. Rate hikes. Rate hikes and Fed dumping 6508 of junk bonds is going to kill the market for a long time. Ain't no stopping it now. Big market participants already got the message. It's going to be a very painful way down from here. So if the bond market starts to tank also, oh boy, most funds make the assumption of having a risk balance by letting on positions, strategies that assume that every time the stock market goes down, the bond market is going to be a refuge, vice versa. All I know is I saw another article out there as well, and it said that the market is going to collapse. I believe the one overseas had a big problem too, today or yesterday. The article I saw said that the markets are going to collapse, but at a slow rate, like this letter said. So that kind of confirms that. I don't know, man. I mean, it's been propped up for a long time, so I don't even know how it's maintaining that, except that, the rich know what's going to happen when everything collapses. Whatever they got is what they get. That's it. So I'm just playing this from where I got this from a sister. Distributed this. Shepherds. I'm going to start from where she left off. I don't know if that's where she wanted me to listen to from, but it's only 11 minutes, 47 seconds. I'll leave the link, but I'm just going to play this for a bit. So let's play it.
Please take the time. Watch our prior videos, specifically the one titled World Financial Reset. In that video, we describe God's 4 seasons. The first season has come to a completion. The world is presently in the second season, fall. Fall ends on the 20th of December. Prior to the 20th of December, great evil will be uncovered at the highest levels of power in America. Before the end of this month, October, the doors will close to our old world, resulting in earth-changing rains, earthquakes, tsunamis, floods, just like in the days of Noah.
Wow, I didn't realize that this kind of information was on this. But we're going to continue anyway, because probably right.
Notice that the midterm elections come approximately 1 week after the doors close to the old world. Expect incredible changes come the month of November. Expect world turmoil. Expect a November world market crash.
November world market crash. Yeah, it's just right around the corner, folks. I've been hearing a lot about it. And even more so, because there's a lot of things that are going on here. With the midterms, okay, the Democratic Party is finished. And what they've been calling, you know, even if you follow Q or any of that, which I tried to, but keep forgetting to get there. But anyway, they keep talking about this historic red tsunami. That's another tsunami. Doesn't mean it's a, you know, a literal wave. But anyway.
Expect a Black Friday event. November will shock the world. Please note, as of the date of this video, October 21st, we are 10 days away from month end. Please make sure you have your ark of safety ready, which includes silver and or gold, food and water, and yes, most importantly, your faith in God the Father and His Son.
Yeah, okay, so I just put this out there. I didn't really listen to anything except for the first 45 seconds. Okay, but anyways, this is something you really should have. Okay, they're calling it an ark of safety ready. Silver and gold. Yes, you should have something like that. Paper's not going to do you any good. I've used to I listened to some guy who went through all the, you know, coins that you could have and percentages of silver in some of them that would still be worth some money because there's different mixtures out there and things to know about that. If we have to, you know, really be around to go through all that. Food and water, very essential. I mean, surely somebody can put away a can of food every time they go shopping. Some people can't, actually. And I wish those people would speak up, because there are other brothers and sisters out there that can give them more than just what they have. You just need to speak up. Don't be proud to the point of starving yourself to death. No. We're brothers and sisters in the body of Christ. And if there are others who have excess, who have blessings beyond, you know, what they need for reasons, because others don't, for whatever reason. But I mean, that's what they did. You know, the apostles, they took everything that they had and sold it, and they spread it out amongst whoever needed, you know, and whoever didn't need it, they gave up whatever they had so that somebody else who didn't have anything had it. That's how it all works. That's how it should work. And it's not. It may sound like socialism, and maybe it is, you know, kind of like that. I mean, I kind of agree with a lot of that. Not socialism where the government is going to get all the money. Okay, the people. I also believe in the millennia. Where Jesus says that, you know, if we're going to toil in the field all day, we're not going to toil for nothing. Okay, we're going to toil, and it's going to be ours to do what we want to do with it. Those people who don't want to work are not going to get anything. In any case, have food and water, at least 2 months worth. But, you know, folks, there's a lot of things out there that could happen or may happen. But all these things, you know, at least for the past 5 years that I've been hearing, all these things, we're supposed to have some kind of wave coming. You know, it was supposed to happen either today or tomorrow, 2 dates. And, you know, I haven't even witnessed in any way, shape, or form the first couple of waves. There's supposed to be, I don't know, 5 or 6 waves. Some kind of energy. All kinds of things that have been predicted and have not come true whatsoever in any way, sense, or form. Nope, none of it. The only thing that we should be, you know, waiting for and striving for is the return of Jesus Christ. That's what we should be waiting for. That's what we should be striving for. And you know what? If you are striving for that, these things that you need, some need, they will be provided for you. I mean, I'm telling you by experience. That's all I can tell you is by experience. because I can't remember the Bible that much. So I can tell you by experience. The closer you get to God in a relationship, I mean, how much better off would you be? Of course. He said that there's all kinds of stories in the Bible. Please go read it. There's stories about everything. There's thousands of promises that the Lord promises, and He provides them. He gives them freely. Just ask for them. Come on, people. You ask not, or you get not because you ask not. Simply. It's in there. That's it. I mean, I'm going to listen to this channel a little bit more. I'm not going to show you who it's from yet. But I'll let you know. That's, I guess, another ministry. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Folks, that's it for Wednesday already. October 24th. Stay tuned. Be very vigilant. Keep your family close. A lot of things could be happening. Yes, they could. People are getting scared. People are doing weird things. A lot of things. We're at war, not just, we're not at war with ourselves or anybody else. We're at war with spiritual things. That's what we need to be concerned with. Anyways, you'll understand more the more you accept and ask for God, for Jesus. The more you ask, the more He will reveal. God bless you all. I will be back Friday, if not sooner. That's the next scheduled one anyway, Friday at 6 p.m. And of course, subscribe. I don't make any money off this. I don't care about making money off this. That's not why I'm doing it at all. I am just out there to do my work as a watchman, do my due diligence, do my service, because I am a servant of God. Okay? Not for myself at all, or else I wouldn't be doing it seriously. You know me. I would not be doing this. Anyways, God bless you, people. Have a great evening. See you in the trenches. Peace out.